Hi there, Stampers. This is the video for the second club project for this month, for the month of June. It's the big gift card that we did at club. And I wanted to get you ladies the dimensions and just go through the steps again so that you can recreate your own. So for those of you that weren't at club that may be watching the video, here are some of the samples of the card that we made. It's a gift card holder. This is the one that I made for club, so I was able to show them. You got the front with your greeting. You got a little flap here that's held closed. And then you've got your gift card on the inside. And the gift card pops open. You can see that from the side. We're using the new colors, the new DSP paper pack, all kinds of new products so that the ladies at club could see some of the new stuff and touch it and feel it, play with it and see what they like. And this is the one that I demoed at club. So bear with me, I tried to do this video beforehand and my phone made nasty noises in the background and then my camera filled up. So I'm going to try to show you again. So some of the stuff is already done on the sample, but I'm going to walk you through every step so that you can see how to make the envelope punch board gift card holder. So at first, we are going to need a 4.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. So you're going to get 2 out of a piece. And then you need a smaller piece that is 6.5 by 3 3/4. So those are your main pieces of cardstock. You're going to need another piece of cardstock that's 4 by 3, and then a piece of DSP to cover that, that's 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then these guys are already put together, but you're going to need a piece of cardstock that's 4 by 1 3/4, the Hello Honey. And then the DSP that goes underneath that, which would be 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. So unfortunately those guys are already snailed together, but you can get the idea. So you've got 2, 4, 6 pieces of paper that you're going to need to make this card. So the first thing I'm going to show you is we're going to get our Simply Scored out. I have my little cheat sheet for club night. But we're going to take our 4 1/4 by 11 sheet of cardstock, and you're going to score that one at 2 inches, and then you're going to score it at 7 1/4, and then right beside it 7 3/8. So you actually have 2 score lines that are side by side. Hope you can see that there. And it makes it a little touch bigger at the top of your card. And for this sample, you can see right here. Gives you a little bit of space for that gift card once you put it inside. So you're going to score it 2, 7 1/4, and 7 3/8. And then you're going to take your smaller piece, your 6.5 by 3 3/4, and you're going to score at 1 3/4 and 6. So you're going to have a large flap and a small flap here. Okay. So that's all the scoring you're going to do for this card, so you can get your Simply Scored out of the way. And then you're going to bring in your envelope punch board. And again, my little cheat sheet for club ladies. Now, for this one, I've already got it punched, but you'll get the idea. Your larger piece, your 4 1/4 by 11, you're going to punch on the top flap. And your smaller piece, your 6.5 by 3 3/4, you're going to punch on the bottom flap. So what you're going to do is take this top flap, you're going to put it in at 1 inch and punch, and then you're going to flip it over and put it in at 1 inch and punch again. So you have 2 punches on the top flap, and that one's done. And then you're going to take your smaller flap, your inside flap, and you're going to, on the larger portion, the larger scored piece, you're going to put it in at 1 inch again and punch. And same as the bigger piece, put it in at 1 inch and punch. Okay? And then you're done with your envelope punch board. For this smaller inside piece, I folded the top flap, the smaller flap, back. And the larger flap that we just punched, I folded up. So you end up with like a zigzag pattern on that guy. And then for this one, the end with the 1 score line folds up like a pocket, and then you're going to fold both of these score lines. The first one folds really nicely. Use your bone folder for a nice crisp fold. And then what I did was I used my nail to start folding the second one, and then again went over it with the bone folder for the creases and get 2 really nice creases. And it's a lot easier to fold than it looks when you have two close score lines. So these are the pieces we end up with. Now the next thing we're going to do is our DSP and our cardstock. And these two, like I said, I already put these two together, the DSP on top. I am going to put a bit more snail on this guy. And I'm going to attach him to the front bottom flap. The 2 larger pieces of cardstock and DSP. Again, I'm going to snail those together. And these guys go on the top flap. Okay. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. For this bottom flap, it's already folded up. You want your cardstock and your DSP that's going to decorate it on it before we do this next step that's coming up. We're going to take our 1 3/8 circle punch. And we're going to punch out 2 circles. I used the Hello Honey, same as I did for the background paper for this guy. The DSP that we're using is the Moonlight Designer Series paper stack. And 2 of the colors in here are the Lost Lagoon and the Hello Honey. Those are the new in colors that just came out. Awesome, awesome in colors. We've got some basic gray and some smoky slate in there as well, but I chose the in colors to focus on. So this is the Hello Honey that coordinates with our background cardstock that's on our big Lost Lagoon piece. So we've got 2 1 3/8 circle punches. I've put some snail on the back of both of those. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold up your bottom flap. You're going to put half of the circle on the front, and you're going to fold it around to the back. You could be exact, you could score it and make sure that it's folded right down the middle if you want to. I'm living on the edge and I'm eyeballing it. So we're going to put half of the circle on the front and fold that around to the back. I really liked this idea. Oh, I forgot to mention at the first of the video, this is one that I found. It was a link through a link through a link. I had wasted some time on YouTube one day and I came across this gift card holder on Dawn Griffith's site. Loved it and definitely wanted to use it for club. And one of the things I liked about it was when she was putting these circles on at the bottom, there's no adhesive on the inside of the flap. I've made gift card holders before and you're using sticky strip or you're using Tombow or another adhesive and there ends up being sticky on the inside, and then when you're putting anything in it, it sticks or it doesn't fit right or it doesn't slide properly. So I really liked the fact that all the adhesive was on the outside so that nothing's going to gum up on the inside of that pocket. So we've got the outside portion done. Now what we're going to need to do next is this inside pocket. And I'm going to grab some glue dots. And on the larger flap at the bottom, I'm going to put a glue dot in either corner, as close to the corner as I can get it. And again, so that nothing gums up, so that the gift card you're putting in doesn't stick to one side or get stuck at all. So you've got the glue dots on either corner here. You're going to fold those up, and it still leaves you plenty of room to get a gift card in and out of there, which is great. Then what we're going to do is we're going to need some adhesive up here. I'm going to use sticky strip for this guy, just because you don't want this one getting away on you. So I'm just going to quickly measure with my fingers a piece of sticky strip. And snip that off. Put that across the top small flap. I'm not going to corner. Sticky strip is sticky enough that it's not going to fall off or not work, which is good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I've got this all folded and scored, and what I'm going to look for is my top score line. I hope you can see that. I'm going to go for the top one. So I'm going to leave this unfolded. I've got my sticky strip on there. I'm going to line this up, if you can see that, with the top fold. Okay, so there's the first crease, move it up, there's the second crease. I'm going to make sure it's centered from side to side. And then I'm going to fold my flap down. Put this on the table. I know it's a little harder for you to see, but it'd be easier for me to fold. So I've got it centered side to side. I've got it lined up with my top crease. And then I'm going to put my flap down. And then what this will do is pull up the inside flap. See, that's where it's stuck. Hard to see when it's color on color. And what I'm going to do before I put that insert in, I'm going to stamp on the inside of this little flap just a quick happy birthday. And actually, that's the Lost Lagoon. I think I might go with the basic gray just so that it'll stand out a bit more. I've got my happy birthday. I'm just going to pull this down so I can see if I'm straight or not. Hope I am. There we go. So what I've used is the happy birthday from the Something to Say stamp set, one of the new sets that's out in the catalog. And the happy birthday is right up here. Love, love, love this new set. So I've stamped on the little flap. Now that I've stamped on it, I'm just going to fold that under. And see how there's no adhesive on the inside of that pocket. That little insert is not going to stick, which is wonderful. So we've got that piece all done. Where the divots are from the envelope punch board, you can put that middle piece on the inside to keep it closed. And now we need a little greeting on the front. I've got this all done and ready. I've got a piece of smoky slate that matches with our DSP. And I've also got a greeting, "You Make Me Happy," stamped in the Lost Lagoon, just like the main cardstock. And that's from the Perfect Pennants set. You Make Me Happy. And what I did with those was the second and third banner in the Framelits banner pack are the ones that I used to cut out the images and then a larger background. So, stamped in the Lost Lagoon, I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back of this guy. I'm going to center that on my smoky slate. A little bit of snail on the back. And I'm going to center this on the front of my card. I've also used the itty bitty punch pack that just came out. I can't remember the name of it, that's not the name. The flower, the heart, and the star, the new punch pack that just came out. I used the glimmer paper and punched out one of the hearts. I'm just going to take a little tiny bit of the dimensional off the side because I don't want it to show through my heart. A full dimensional is just a little too big. I'm just going to add that to the side there. Oh, my You Make Me Happy is a little crooked, but that's okay. And there you have it. There is the envelope punch board gift card holder. And a couple samples there. We've got our greeting on the front, our banner. Flip this open. And you've got a lovely happy birthday inside and room for a gift card, homemade or otherwise. Hopefully you like the card. Hopefully you can make lots of them with these instructions. Hopefully they're easy for you to follow. Like, comment, share the video. I hope my cold voice and my cough drop voice didn't inhibit you from hearing any of the instructions on the video. Good luck, happy stamping. I hope you can make lots of these, and a big thank you to Dawn Griffith for her wonderful project. Happy stamping!